Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we want to tell you about our cabin on P&O Arvia, our little floating home for 2 weeks while we cruised around the Med. If you're thinking about booking a similar cabin or just enjoy cruise content, it's great to have you with us. So let's start with where we were on the ship. Our cabin was a sheltered balcony cabin on deck 5 and that was towards the front. This type of balcony is slightly different from the typical ones you see higher up. Instead of sticking out from the side of the ship with wide open glass railings, these balconies are cut into the ship itself, almost like a window carved into the side. But unlike some sheltered balconies that have full solid walls, ours did have a glass railing, so we still got a clear view of the sea even while we were sitting down. The space around us was more enclosed and shaded, which gave it a cozy, tucked away feel. Some people might not like how shaded it is or how it doesn't let as much sunlight in. So next, let's look at the comfort, because that's super important on a 2-week cruise. The cabin itself was very comfortable and the main bed was great. Usually I'm not too fussed about the beds, but I slept really well, which says a lot. There were 4 of us in the cabin, 2 adults and 2 teenagers. During the day we had a sofa to sit on, and in the evening our steward transformed it into a bed and also pulled down the second bed from the ceiling. The setup worked well and our girls didn't complain, so that's always a good sign. Next we'll look at the storage, which we were really curious about before the cruise. Now there's a wardrobe with a hanging space on one side, shelves in the middle, and a smaller hanging area underneath the safe on the other. There were also 2 small bedside cubbies, not drawers, but open shelves you can use for smaller items. If it was just the 2 of us, Lucy and myself, the storage would have been fine. But for a family of 4, especially with teenagers, it did feel a bit cramped, as they don't exactly pack light. Luckily, we could slide our suitcases under the bed, which helped a lot. Pop the shoes on top of the cabinet, and one thing we bought that made a big difference are trusty magnetic hooks. Since the walls are metal, we use these to hang things like hats, fleeces, bags, etc. It's a small trick, but that saves us loads of space. As for the cleanliness, we were really impressed. The cabin was spotless when we arrived, and our steward came in once a day, usually in the mid-morning. He made the beds, cleaned the bathroom, tidied up anything we'd left out. He also gave us fresh towels whenever we needed them. So all the usual things you'd expect from a cabin steward. The bathroom was a decent size and stayed clean throughout the cruise. The shower had great water pressure, which was a nice surprise, and we were given the usual complimentary toiletries. Basic, but good enough for a cruise. Now for the part you've probably been waiting for, the sheltered balcony itself. We spent a fair amount of time outside, especially on sea days. Being on deck 5, it felt so close to the water with the waves gently slapping against the ship. Sunsets were still beautiful, as I think you have to go some to beat sunsets from a cruise ship. And of course, if it did rain, we could still sit out with a drink and stay reasonably dry. So, would we book a deck 5 sheltered balcony cabin again on P&O Arvia? Well, yes, although it's not for everyone. If you want loads of sunlight and an open air feeling, it might not be your first choice. But for us it was quiet, comfortable and felt very private. The bed was great, the cabin was clean, and even though the storage was a little tight for a family of 4, we managed just fine with a few smart packing ideas. And the balcony, even though it was sheltered, was still a great place to sit and relax and watch the world go by. If you're thinking about booking one of these cabins, hopefully this helped you decide. And if you've stayed in one yourself, we'd love to hear your thoughts. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe and leave a comment below. So until next time, thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next adventure.